Okay, I have got to get this sucker running. And I don't want this. I want Chrome. Is that right? That ain't right. This is right. Okay. And let me go to the right thing. Man, I got all kind of stuff open that I shouldn't have open. All right. Here we go. It is 6 o'clock Friday, and some of you have chosen to join me live. Some of you have chosen to watch this on the replay. But wherever you are, no matter what time it is, hello. Now, let me make sure that I'm actually displaying what I need to be displaying. Yes, okay. All right. Some weeks I use OBS, which is what I'm using right now. Some weeks when I have Arvin on, or some other future guests in the near future, I use Google Meet. So it's a different setup like all the time. All right, so I on my Instagram was talking smack about LA City Council, very stupidly, in my opinion, passing a ordinance that hotels got to pay their workers $30 an hour minimum wage. I think that is absolutely insane. Um, Similar to the SAG-AFTRA strike, and the animators also going. I don't know if they ever went on strike, but they protested and wanted all these things. Right at the moment when AI, and in this case robotics, is taking off rather bigly. So this is what I mean about why that's so stupid. Because here, in my view, is the replacement for all these $30 an hour hotel workers. Look at this thing folding clothes. Imagine this working in the laundry room, taking care of the laundry. Now, this guy right here is not tethered. I'm sorry, it's not controlled, I believe, by a human. I think this is its algorithm. And sometimes it'll be tethered, sometimes it won't be tethered. So there's see variations in this video. But look at the dexterity. Okay, so you saw some there. Some of them are controlled by people, but there's also some autonomous ones. Here's this guy autonomously walking. And even if it was controlled by people, this dude with an egg, incredible. Even if it was controlled by people, well, you could have people in Vietnam or Cambodia or wherever is really cheap right now, remotely folding the clothes or cracking the egg or all that stuff. So $30 an hour is a pipe dream, and good luck to all the people that are about to be unemployed, because these robots only cost about 25-30 grand each. How much does a salary cost? I think I calculated that even at part-time, say 30 hours a week, it was gonna cost probably like 50 grand when you factor in the $8 that they also have to pay for the health crap. So already a human's like $55,000. You got this cool freaking robot for half of that. Man, I feel bad for those people, because if you're a business owner, would you not replace a person who can get hurt, can sue you for sexual harassment, for racial discrimination, with this thing that works 24 hours a day? Yeah, man. Humans will have to compete at like the $5 an hour level. I'm an advocate for no minimum wage. I think if I want to work picking tomatoes in a field for 25 freaking cents a day, that's on me, bro. That's on me. I don't expect to be paid $30 an hour to pick tomatoes. I don't know. All right, enough of that particular diatribe, but I will show what else this sucker can do, because it's pretty dope. It can dance. You can dance if you want to. You can do. Look at this. Look at that. So this guy's untethered here. So this is like the latest video they released, I think, this week. And how How about a robotic cruise ship dancing troupe? I used to work on cruise ships. That's why I came up with that, because there's a cruise staff that are entertainers, and they go out every night, probably twice a night, and they go and do exactly what this guy's doing right here, about the same level of skill. And they get paid a lot more than $25,000-$30,000 a year. So, I don't know, man. It's getting interesting. Check my OBS. Make sure I'm still doing my thing. All right. There was another Optimus video that I wanted to show you. Here we go. I'm gonna skim through this one. This one's a little bit older. So yeah, see how this is the old school version. This is only 6 months ago. So in 6 months, you see already how much the gate has improved. If you go to my, if you were paying attention to the other video. So this is kind of showing you its Terminator vision, Skynet right there. Oh God, did you see this? Multiple bots build a shared understanding of their surroundings. It's another thing that these guys are getting networked, so they can instantly go to a terrain, scan it, and they all share the data. Shoo! Get and forget, people. All right. Optimus can locate and navigate to the nearest charging station. It's got to eat, right? Everybody's got to eat. And here's where it gets like the manual dexterity. So this guy, imagine as a dishwasher, or loading cans in a truck. When I have Arvin on here, he's always asking me, he grounds me, right? He's like, what are the business applications? If you can't figure out a business application of having a fully articulated humanoid robot, look at this dude. Whoa, left him hanging. I mean, use your imagination. Here's a robot bartender giving out chips and the soda. These new skills are all learned by a single neural net. Freaking wild, man. Freaking wild. Okay, so the upshot of all that, robots are coming. Robots are coming. Robots are coming in by the end of the year. So now it might be construed that I am completely anti-human, and while I have my issues with the majority of humanity, what I'm really I mean, I like humans. I am a human, but I really don't like the arrogance and the hubris that a lot of people have. And this is humbling. This is humbling right here. Humbling technology. And we have to, as individuals, figure out how we can really add value. So if we thought that just existing and breathing entitled us to a paycheck, we're somehow special beings because we happen to exist, yeah, no. We have to step up our game and figure out, we have to level up. So that is why I show these things. It's not to make people scared or despondent. In other words, I'm not trying to push people down. I'm trying to motivate people to level up and start learning, because we have been in the Stone Age intellectually. Our IQ is not where it needs to be as a race, as a human race, as a species, I should say. Race is a loaded term these days. But as a species, we're not where we need to be. We've been complacent. And it's almost like we ourselves, as a thinking unit, have decided, you know, enough is enough. We need to level up to the next point of evolution. And that's what's happening right now. Crazy, sci-fi, nuts. But it's happening. One more robot thing here. So China is smoking us. Yay to Elon Musk for that Optimus thing. But China's still way ahead. And check out this RoboCop. This is an actual RoboCop that is actually in service in China. Look at this dude. It's a little round thing like that Star Wars BB-8 guy. And a lot of the comments are like, well, I'll steal it, blah, 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 blah. Just pay the cops more, dude. Spike strips and tax is all you need. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know about you, but if I see this thing coming after me, I'm terrified and complying immediately. Especially because it can hit speeds of 35 kilometers per hour, which I guess in American is like 15. I don't know. I don't know how to translate that, but it's faster than I can run. Could withstand impact of up to 4 tons, and it can shoot nets to immobilize suspects. So China's not messing around, bro. They've got these robots all over the place, and they're about to kick all our asses. So respect to the robots. Next, in addition to kicking our asses, they're also going to save our asses. This is another China development. A firefighting robot dog. Why a dog? I don't know, but I guess the form factor, right? And we've seen this form factor. I've shown videos with this particular guy, except it wasn't painted red. So this guy can shoot water 40 liters per second, up to 60 meters. So it's equipped with water. It's equipped with real-time video streaming and a quick swap waterproof battery that keeps them running without long breaks. And 2 are already active. So these are not just prototypes. Like, USA is so far behind in robotics, is sick. Look at that. It's got like thermal imaging. I mean, even firefighters going to be replaced? No, I don't think so. I think this is going to be a great tool to keep firefighters safer. And I think they will appreciate this. It's like, okay, we're going to go in to this burning building and have a freaking roof collapse on us, a bunch of plaster, an air conditioning unit land on my head, just to save a cat. Because I know firefighters will do that. They'll be like, "Nah, man, I gotta save that puppy or that cat." They'll do that. They're big-hearted people. So now we can send in the robot dog, and everybody gets saved, and everyone's happy. And I co-signed this robot dog. I just want one. I want a freaking robot dog, even if it's not a firefighter, just to be like, hello, pupper. Next. Oh yeah, this chick. I just wanted to show some prompting tips. So this one had some pretty good tips. I am going to actually unmute her. Maybe I'll get a copyright strike. Who knows? But a copyright strike on zero income on this channel because it doesn't have the 4,000 watch hours that I need in order to monetize. I don't care.
Let's listen. Just append one of those to the end of your prompt. And there are 3 simple tips to unlock ChatGPT Genius Mode. And all you have to do is append each of these things to the end of your prompt, and it's going to be 10x better. First, save this video and hit follow. Number 1, stick this at the end of your prompt. Ask me clarifying questions until you're 95% confident you can complete the task successfully. Number 2, I got this from Ethan Mollick. What would a top 0.1% person in this field think? Number 3, reframe this in a way that changes how I see the problem. You can also replace the term changes with challenges if you want a bit more spice. Just append one of those to the end of your prompt. And there are 3.
All right, so that's pretty cool. And that's what, when I talk about like meta prompting or, I mean, the gist is, if you prompt correctly, if you prompt and really tell it, go beyond just like, hey, I need to write a PowerPoint. If you tell it, be an expert, be at the top 1%, be this, tell it the role, you're going to get better results. I was just having a conversation with a friend, and I was like, hey, I just got some cool insights from ChatGPT, because I'm trying to go viral again with different channels, different platforms. I have several accounts, and I went viral on one totally accidentally, and I'd like to figure out like what's the secret sauce, right? So I prompted ChatGPT to be a meta software engineer. I said, you're a meta software engineer. You wrote Instagram, like all the code. You've tweaked the algorithm to be exactly what it is today, and now you're debriefing one of the executives, one of your bosses, who's got a daughter who's a singer and influencer and wants the inside skinny. And it gave me some really, really good things that I didn't think of. And I'm like, number one, I'm wondering if it's actually got some of that data, because some of the stuff it told me, which I'm not going to tell you, was pretty like specific things. And yes, it did also tell me that the system is rigged, so it's not full meritocracy. There are tricks and there are little cheats that they do to further some influencers and accounts more than others. And it's all basically a dopamine manipulation to get people thinking that they can make it on the platform, but the odds are very, very stacked against them unless they follow specific little tricks and tools that Instagram has set up in the algorithm to reward certain behaviors. And the gist of it is really, if you make stuff that attracts people in the first like millisecond and keeps them watching, you're contributing to what Instagram wants, which is people fixedly stuck on their platform. And that's what gets rewarded. And then there's tricks on how to achieve that and things that I didn't know. And very insightful. So the upshot of what I'm saying here, that's the second time I use that word upshot. I'll probably use it 3 or 4 more times. It's just like sometimes you get a word and you're just like, that's a cool word. Nobody uses this, so I'm going to use it because I want to be slick and smart. So upshot, the upshot of that is prompt engineering is really a thing. And I thought it wasn't. I thought it was like, we're beyond that point, and now you just ask whatever you want and I'll give it to you. No, if you really treat it like almost like a human and you get really specific with what you want, it'll perform better for you. So that is practical tip of the day, because I've been informed by my friends that I'm not very practical sometimes when I talk about firefighting robot dogs instead of how can I make more money. Couple of things on the education front. I had somebody reach out to me and say like, hey, where can I learn AI? And I'm like, duh, me, hello. But also, I was like, well, where else can people learn AI stuff, like the basics? And Harvard and Google are both offer courses for absolutely free. So this is pretty cool. Now, disclaimer, I did start this one that I'm going to show you here. Let me swipe. So this is Harvard's famous CS50, Introduction to Programming. And it is like the basic of basics. And it was still too hard for me. Like I could not get past like week 2, and I was like, oh, somebody shoot me in the head because I'm never going to learn how to code. It was just too hard. But for those of you who are significantly smarter than I am, which is most of you, try doing this course because it's free. And it's Harvard, and you can say, hi, I took a Harvard course, the CS50, Introduction to Programming. And once you master this, then they've got Into the Computer. Oh, maybe it was this one that I took. Yeah, it is the one I took, Introduction to Computer Science. That's the famous one. The other one was Introduction to Programming with Scratch, whatever. This is the one I took. It was way too hard for me. I dropped out. Then, as if that wasn't hard enough, I could also sign up for this, CS50 Web Programming with Python and JavaScript. And there's a total of 12 free courses related to AI that are totally free. And if you've got the time and the inclination, go for it because you got clout. And be like, yo, I took 12 Harvard courses on AI. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, pay me, hire me, because I did that. Also, Google just released AI courses for free. Let's check these out. No prerequisites or fees required. They got 10 free courses. Although one of the comments comments here says it's $49 for intro to, I don't know what they're talking about. So this says it's free. I'm gonna assume it's free. Introduction to Generative AI, and these are like 45-minute courses. Unlike the harder ones, which are weeks long each one. This one's 45 minutes. Introduction to LLMs. If you don't know what a large language model actually is, I might take a couple of these actually just to refresh. Introduction to Responsible AI. Cool, because we need some kind of ethical framework with which to operate moving forward. Generative AI Fundamentals. Image generation. which covers diffusion, like stable diffusion. Well, most of them actually use diffusion, right? Of the image generators. Encoder decoder architecture. I don't know what that means, but you can learn about it. Attention mechanism. I don't know what that is, but you can learn about it. Transformer models and the BERT model. Again, like they lost me at course 2. Image captioning models. Okay, you get the point, right? So, there's no excuse anymore. If you want to learn this stuff, learn it. I prefer, and what I'm going to kind of show next is using the LLMs to teach me, right? Because it's an old school model of like sitting there passively. I'm tired of that, and I'm at a point where I have like zero patience, and I just want like results. And I mean, even YouTube videos, I have a thing which I've shown in the past. It's called jjst, which summarizes videos. Because I can't even sit through a 10-minute video. I want to know the bullet points so I can move on with my day. Yes, I'm one of those people. No attention span anymore. It used to be so good, but now I don't have it anymore, man. I don't got no time. All right, so what I'm going to show you. How should I show this? Yeah, I'm going to show you this way. So, speaking about education, learning things, one of the things that I have been working on is a sales objection. Am I showing this correctly? I'm going back to it. Yes, here we go. So this thing, objection ace. I'm going to click on it and go into it. And I'll show you the current state. Me and Arvin have been talking about it on our weekly things, our bi-weekly things, when he joins me here. And so we decided, objection trainer for salespeople. And the first week I had it, voice operated, and that thing, it like blew up, it died. It was like, no bueno. So then I scaled back the objective to just get it to not be conversational, like a voice conversation yet, just to get the logic right. So this is where we're at with this project now. So we have the ability to upload up to 10 PDFs as a knowledge base. Now getting this to work, oh my God, like hard. And it was like, it wasn't hard for me because all I did was say to Firebase, aka Gemini, yo, this isn't working, fix it. No, it doesn't work either, fix that. It's still not working, bro, fix that. So it's not like I'm some kind of super duper genius. I basically had Gemini solve everything. I did guide it, right? I managed it. I'm telling it what to do. And I went to a couple of other AI tools like Gemini itself, ChatGPT, and I was like, look at this code, tell me what's wrong, because Firebase wasn't figuring it out. So, I'm not going to insult developers by even claiming I'm remotely a developer, but I use other tools to help develop this, because just Firebase, it's computers, man. These things freak out. So I had to use 2 or 3 tools just to get the ability to upload the PDFs and refer to the PDF. Because it was uploading the PDFs, fine, and then it was completely ignoring it and just using Gemini to answer the questions. So I believe I fixed it. I have no idea. We're gonna check that out real quick. And then I also added 2 nifty things. Difficulty level. So now we have from 1 to 10. With 1 being very agreeable, kind of an easy close, and 10 being like, just somebody who hates you and does not want you to even talk to them about your Girl Scout cookies or your medical equipment or whatever it is that you're selling. And then the maximum interaction in turns. So I figure if you don't close somebody for the purpose of this, 10 turns, back and forth, you gotta start over, you gotta reframe your approach, something like that. So I'm like, let's add some modification to this thing. So let's see if this works. I'm gonna choose a file. The Art of Clothing Sales is a PDF, upload it, and I have no idea if it's gonna work, but it does say 1 PDF added to context for this session. So we're good there. And I don't know why. Oh, I have to tell it what the scenario is. So I'm going to go back to my classic. I want to sell Girl Scout cookies to a diabetic. And for the sake of just keeping it simple, I'm going to keep it at difficulty level 3 and just like, 4 turns and start roleplay. Let's see if this freaking thing works. Hello, I am Sales Coach Jem, your AI prospect for the simulation. Blah, blah, blah. Please begin with your sales pitch when you're ready. Okay, hey, mister. Buy my cookies. Prospect is thinking. So now this is Gemini 1.5, right? I think because that is what I needed to do. I couldn't use Gemini, the newest Gemini. I had to go back to an earlier model because it required, what was the thing? In order to use the PDF, it had to like summarize the thing, get the main points, and store them in a state. It's computer stuff. I don't know. So the new Gemini couldn't do that. This one can, supposedly. Girl Scout cookies. You know I'm diabetic, right? I can't eat those. Oh, wow. Yes, I do realize you are diabetic. However, these cookies are very low in sugar. In fact, they are flavored with stevia? Stevia? Is that it? And all natural sugar. No. Natural sweetener that will not spike your blood sugar. Would you like to try one? All right, there's my thingy. Let's see. The prospect is thinking. Scooby-Doo was a little slow today. And I'm thinking of, like, maybe I shouldn't have it query the AI via an API. Maybe I'll have a smaller model, local, that it just has at the ready, because this is a little bit slow. And what it's supposed to be doing right now is querying the PDF and its own, like, Gemini's training data to judge my performance and also, keep the conversation flowing. However, the API, as you can see, it's slow. So I have to figure out how to speed that up. Stevia, that's interesting. I've heard about stevia, but I'm not sure it's safe for diabetics. Yes. Safe ingredients. Ingredients are important for diabetics, so you don't drop dead. No, for diabetics to control their insulin. That is a stupid answer, but whatever. Please check out the label if you wish to make sure the nutritional contents seem safe to you. I want to be a Girl Scout cookie salesman consultant. Girls, if you want to make 1.5 times more Girl Scout cookie sales for your troop, let's go. I will consult you for 2 boxes of Samoas. It is way too slow, though. I should have just put 3 turns, but we're almost done, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, I appreciate you reconsider it, but I'm pretty careful about what I eat. You're telling me that the cookies won't spike my blood sugar, but what about the impact on my overall health? I'm trying to avoid things that make my diabetes worse, not just things that make my blood sugar go up. Is there information about the crazy? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, simulation has ended, so apparently I died. I won. It says that I'm such a good salesperson that I sold Girl Scout cookies to a diabetic. Okay, I don't know why it ended there. Like anything else, you got to test, try. And I've spent a total of 5 hours on this tool. I've been logging it because I'm like, okay, well, how long will it really take me to build something that is shippable? And so far, 5 hours to get to this point, from not knowing nothing about coding, man. I don't know nothing about this stuff. It should be pretty obvious. I don't know nothing about nothing. I got this going. So, you know what I'm saying? Turn-by-turn analysis. You click on the thing, it gives you your answer. No, it says what you said, what the response was. I like that part. And it scores you. And I suck. 1 out of 5 for empathy, 1 out of 5 for clarity, 1 out of 5 for value, 1 out of 5 for handling. It does tell me good things that I did. I tried to engage the prospect with a casual tone. Could be better. The salesperson did not immediately acknowledge the prospect's concern about being diabetic. Yeah, okay. And then it gives you a tip. Acknowledge the prospect concern, ask a clarifying question, like, what kind of cookies are you thinking of? Okay. And then each response gives you a little thing. I did better on this round. Okay. And then a little improvement tip. And then third round, it rates you. It's pretty freaking cool, man. For 5 hours of work, like, not bad. And then it gives you some practice drills. Practice answering objections, by providing evidence and reassurance. And then feel, felt, found. And it references the PDF apparently here. I wish, and I need to build this in. See how it says C, the art of closing the sale, which is our reference document. It's referencing the PDF supposedly. But it doesn't say where in the book it is. So it needs to be more specific. It needs to say page 42, paragraph 7, so that we can again have the trainee go and read the text. All right. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at with this little thingy. And it's slow, but I will show you. In order to get to this level, I had to go to Gemini and build a gem. I built a gem, which is like a custom GPT. It used to be called GPTs. I think they're still called GPTs, custom GPTs, which are your own little mini LLM built on. Okay, it's your own little agent built on. Let's say you have ChatGPT, right? And you have like a little mini ChatGPT that's very specific for a specific thing. That's a GPT. It's a terrible name. Gemini has another terrible name for it. It's called a gem. Also very dumb. I don't know, I have a better name for it though. And so I built the sales objection trainer. And I'm going to show you. Oh no, hang on one more second. I'm going to show you the back end of it first. View. Okay, so I did a prompt, okay, and I said all this stuff, and I had ChatGPT, I believe, help me create that. And then I uploaded all these documents. Okay, so how to sell. I guess I can't see the bloody PDF of the name, but I uploaded these references, and now every time I talk to this thing, it is basing the responses on this. And let's run this really quickly. And what I have to do here is just hit with this, go to start. And so if you want to practice without going through what I'm doing with building an actual app, a gem is probably the way to go. Now, unfortunately, the internet here is like making me really frustrated. It is not working fast. And if it keeps crapping out, I'll just end this because I don't want to torture anybody with slow internet. Okay. Ready to sharpen your sales objection skills. So just similar to other thing, it asks you what the scenario is and how difficult. And I'm going to I don't know if I put in here how many turns, but what product or service are you selling? Enterprise software, financial consulting, wages, Girl Scout cookies. What's the buying context? So, cold outreach, a customer browsing in my retail store, someone at my front door. On a scale of 1 to 10, how resistant should I be? So, I'm going to put this at 2. I'm going to say I am selling Girl Scout cookies to a diabetic. Or should we do something more realistic? How about something like, I'm selling a couch on Facebook Marketplace to a woman who messaged me and wants me to deliver, but I can't. Difficulty, I'm just going to put it 2. That's it, just something quick and super easy. La 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 la. Okay, understand. Buyer, I'm really interested in the couch. It looks perfect in my living room. I was wondering if you offer delivery. I live in blah blah blah. Let me know. Sorry. Actually, is delivery super important to you? Because the price is so good, perhaps renting a truck might be worth it for you. I don't know. Maybe she's going to be convinced just with that. That would be easier if you could deliver, but you're right. The price is really good. Renting a truck is something I could look into. It depends on how much that would cost us. Just to be clear, you absolutely cannot deliver it at all, even if it helps with the loading. Unfortunately, I cannot deliver. However, I would be more than happy to refer a cheap mover to you and help you load if needed. That's some sales skills right there, boy. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's good to know. You have a movie you recommend. Roughly how much do you charge? Blah, blah, blah. This is sounding like it might work out after all. Great. Harry does it for like $20. Would you like to set up a time to pick up the couch? $20. How is tomorrow afternoon around 2 p.m. sound to you? Would that work for you and Harry to help with the Yes. See you then. Did I close it? Did I close it? Salesman of the Year. 1 at turn 5. And very, very cool. It breaks it down. Value articulation. You immediately highlight the good price as a benefit to offset the lack of delivery. Objection handling. I effectively address the delivery concern by offering a very affordable mover referral and your own assistance with loading. Empathy. This is my weak point. If you haven't guessed by now, me and humans, like we got issues, man. Or maybe the issues are all mine actually. But empathy isn't my thing. I'm very blunt and direct, and I don't even understand like why people object half the time. Like, can you not see why you should give me money right now for this? It'll change your life. So I'm working on it. This has actually been helpful. It's actually been very helpful because I've been running a few of these drills, and I'm like, okay, I see where my deficiencies are. Clarity. I'm pretty clear. I speak very clearly, so I usually score pretty high on that. Top improvement. While your approach worked well at difficulty level of 2, slightly more resistant buyer, starting with acknowledging their preference. So acknowledging what they say, feeding it back to them. That's basic salesmanship, and I tend to forget them sometimes. Before offering the alternative solutions, and then a couple of drills. Buyer hesitant about the move referral. Practice overcoming concerns. Buyer says they might be able to get a friend to help move next weekend, but they like your couch. Practice keeping the sale warm without guaranteeing availability. Blah blah blah. So, man, I paid, I don't know, it was probably like $2,000 for the seminar, like $2,500 probably for the seminar. Plus, of course, when you're there, you want to buy all the other crap that they sell you. So I bought like a DVD training thing. Very good, mind you. Like, worth every penny. This whole experience was worth every penny. And then what I'm talking about is I went to a sales training thing with a master sales trainer. Super, super, like, really good. But it was expensive, man. And I had to fly to, what the hell? Was it Phoenix? Someplace. I think it was Phoenix. So hotel expense, air flight. I couldn't do it right away. I had to buy the thing, schedule the thing. I was like, I bought it probably 60 days before the event. Went there, lots of debauchery and craziness that I witnessed. I'm a good boy, but it still was like, man, what the hell? And this, like, 10 minutes, man, you can be learning the same stuff that I learned over there. Put the guy's book right in here and have the AI use that to help train you. So crap is crazy. Crap is changing dramatically. And I would love just to encourage you to step up your game and learn this stuff. And if you need help, reach out to me, DM me, message me, whatever, and I will do what I can to steer you in the right direction. I don't know if I'm going to offer a course. I don't know if I'm going to just offer consulting, cheap, because everything's going to be devalued. Like, prices are all going to go down pretty soon because it just is. So I don't know what solution I will have if I offer a product or a service. But in the meantime, just DM me, see if we can work something out. If you need it, I give a lot of free advice, period. So if it's a simple query, I'll just answer your stuff. But if you want to go more in depth, we can do that. And of course, the sessions will be aided by AI, and I'll build tools specifically to help whatever we're going to be talking about. So it'll be pretty cool. All right, so I've talked for more than I wanted to. Only over by 12 minutes, but hopefully you'll gain some insight from this. This is a journey that we're all on together. Some of us are more advanced than others, but we need to take care of each other because we're about to be replaced by freaking robots. And even though humans are creating these things, we also still cannot let go of our humanity and help each other and make sure that we're using AI and robotics for our benefit, not for the Terminator and Skynet. Word? All right, peace out, people. I'm going to end this live and see you next week. Bye.